Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Hey guys, I'm back for another video, but this video is actually a redo of the prior video that I did with this button here. I did a video of upcycling and repurposing the buttons in your inventory and making them into the beautiful chic chokers or necklace or whatever you want to make them into. Okay, so I'm going to do this video over because one of the subscribers did reach out to me and told me that they could not see me doing the demonstration, could not see me doing anything, and I'm grateful that they reached out to me because I am recording and sometimes I don't see the angle in which you guys see. And so I'm seeing it from a different angle than you are. And it looks okay on my end, but it wasn't okay on the other end. So I'm going to go ahead and do a redo. And I'm trying the video from a different angle to make sure that you're seeing everything that I am doing. Now, I'm going to start off with a 16 gauge wire. I have cut about I'm going to say 4 feet. And the reason why I cut 4 feet is because I will be doing like a sewing technique with inside of the bead. And you'll see that in just a second. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I'm doing is taking my wire. I'm going to take both ends of the wire and I'm just going to push them through these 2 holes right here. But we're going to straighten the wire out because one is on the wrong side. All right, there we are. Now, I'm going to pull both ends through. And think about sewing, guys. If you know how to sew, then this is going to be very, very easy for you to do. So I'm going to take one side of the wire. And I'm just going to go ahead and thread it through. Just thread it through. As if you are threading your button on some material or a jacket or whatever you're sewing your button onto. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this side as well. Okay. Now, sometimes the cord will, you know, move in another direction that you don't want to. So, but all you do is just simply just pull it out and just pull it back in. Again, wire is agile enough where it will move around. Okay, so now you see how I have these 2 pieces here. So now what I'm going to do is take this side, which is the right side, it'll be the left on your video, and I'm going to go ahead and take it through the hole again as if I'm sewing. I'm going to take this side and do the exact same thing. Just going to pull it through. And so as you can see, my wire is getting a little bit wonky. So I'm going to pull that through just like that. I had to straighten it out. Okay. Now, in order to straighten this part out, we're going to turn this around and we're going to spread out the wire. And then I'm going to take my round nose and I'm going to simply just adjust it by pulling it up. Take this side and do the same thing. Then we're going to do it again. But don't do it too rough because you can break the wire if you're doing it too rough, okay? So now, I'm going to pull the wire up one more time and I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And then the other thing that you can do, if it does not lay down like you want it to, you could simply just take a hammer. First of all, you want to straighten out this part and just hammer it down. And see how it just flattens. Okay. All right. And this is my rubber mallet hammer. Love this hammer. Okay. So now I've done that. Okay, now I have another option, which I'm going to use. I'm going to take the wire one more time, and I'm going to put it through the hole, and I'm going to simply pull it one more time, take it through the other hole. And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is because I'm securing it, okay? I'm just simply securing it. All right, so now we have something started. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. The same thing I did before. I'm going to pull it just to adjust it just a little bit. And again, if it does not adjust the way that I like it, I'm going to take this hammer and I'm just going to simply, there we go. Okay, that's it. Real simple. Okay, now that I've secured this button in place, I'm going to start adding beads on here. Okay. Now, I am going to add these little seed beads behind here because I need to get enough momentum right here in order to start putting these big beads that I have on here. So I'm going to show you the beads that I'm going to use. Now, all seed beads will not fit on a 16 gauge. It is just so happened that I do have these beads right here, and they do fit on that 16 gauge. So now I'm going to move this down, and then I'm going to show you this part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start threading the wire with these small beads. And these are about 1 millimeter, but they have big holes, okay? All right. So I'm going to start out by just threading 4 of them because I don't want this to go past a certain point. And you're going to see why I'm doing everything I'm doing, and it's going to make sense to you in a minute. Okay, so there you can see I have added these seed beads on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this side. Have to grab an extra seed bead here. Actually, I have one right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this part over here. And guys, feel free, if there's a video out there and it's not in focus and you don't see what I'm doing, feel free to email me or to put it in the comments, and I will go redo the video, because the point of the video is to make sure you are seeing what I'm doing. That's the purpose. And sometimes, you know, with my because I record off of my iPhone, I'll probably eventually record off of another device in a little while, soon as the budget allows. But while I'm doing this, I'm still learning the different angles of the iPhone. All right, so here we are. Here we are. All right, so as you can see, I added those 4. And now I'm going to start building this necklace. Now I am using these 25 millimeter wood beads. I love them. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to just start threading. Now this wire is quite long, so I'm going to have to put something on that side to keep it from falling. Now guys, I should be using actually a bead stopper, but I don't use bead stoppers. I never use them. I don't know why. I just don't. Okay. And I'm just taking this bead out that got stuck in it. Sometimes that happens. There we go. And I'm going to thread enough on here to start. Okay. So here we are. So you saw the first part of how I did the beanie. So I'm going to put this in view. So I've added 6 beads on this side so far. So I'm going to go ahead and add 6 beads on this side. I'm actually going to put more. But first I'm going to measure it out before I add any more. Okay, so that's 5, and we're going to add that 5th one. Okay, all right. Now, this necklace is going to be not that long, because I'm making this for anywhere between a 14 and a 17-inch neck. Okay, so now what I can do is, now that I've got those beads on, I kind of gauging how long I want it, I can go ahead and cut that extra wire. Okay. Okay. So I'll cut that extra wire. I no longer need that extra wire. So now we're going to go ahead and finish the necklace off really, really quickly, okay? All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and implement these last couple of beads on here, okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm actually going to take this up to my neck, and I'm going to gauge it by my own neck size. Now you can do this with a ruler if you want to. It's really up to you, okay? You don't have to do it in any certain way. I just don't use rulers all the time. I kind of gauge with my eyes what 1 feet is and all of that stuff, okay? All right, so as you can see, we have a nice necklace forming, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 on both sides, okay? So now what I'm going to do to complete this look, I'm going to take those same beads in which I had before, which is these seed beads right here, and I'm going to simply thread them on here, and I'm going to finish this necklace off, okay? All right. I hope that you guys are having a great day. I am filming this in the middle of my work day, but I wanted to go ahead and redo this video because, you know, I want you guys to be able to, you know, learn how to do new things. So there is a wire wrapping technique I'm going to show you at the end of this in the front. And just give me a moment and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, this video may be a little bit longer, only in the sense because I am going to show you how to finish the necklace off and show you how to cover that wire that's in front of that button. You may not like that wire showing, but there is a way to fix that. Okay. 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 So thus far, I have added 6 on each side. And so I'm going to stop just to see if that will be enough to go around my neck. Because again, this is how I gauge where I want to stop. or if I need to add something else. Okay. So I think I'm going to add a few more on, and then I'm going to go ahead and end this. So I'll add 2 more to this side. That's going to give me a total of 8 seed beads on the side. And these are not really seed beads, but they're small as seed beads. These are little 1 millimeter acrylic beads. Okay. All right. So I'm now done. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and end this side by forming a loop. And again, you can do this with your hands, or you can do it with, you know, the wire, with the plier. It doesn't matter. However you feel comfortable in doing it, it doesn't matter. All right. So what I've done is I started on this end, and now I'm going to complete it on this side, only because I don't want the beads to fall off. Now, if I were using a bead stopper, I wouldn't have to worry about it. I could just go ahead and complete that other side, and it would be no big deal. But of course, you know, I have to do things sometimes the non-convenient way. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that wire out there only because I may want to thicken the area or the ending. And I do that occasionally to make sure there's nothing falling off. And sometimes I also go and rewire it by adding more wire. Not rewire, but to add more wire, because sometimes there's little spaces in between the ending, and I don't necessarily like that. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so basically, I have these 2 endings right here, okay? I am going to cut this wire off right here. And each side does not have to match. It's handmade. It's not perfect. You can make one side bigger, one side smaller. It's really about your artistic eye. Again, what is aesthetically pleasing to your eye gate, okay? All right. All right, so I have completed the necklace, okay? Now, you may be noticing in the front, oh, that, you know, this is so ugly in the front, right? You might be like, oh, I cannot sell that like that. I can't wear it like that. Okay, I'm going to give you a solution, okay? And I'm going to be taking this 24 gauge wire right here, okay? I'm going to, let's see which side it starts on. There it is. And I'm going to take enough where I can basically weave this in and out, okay? So this should be enough. It's about 1.5 yards, I think. All right, so now what I'm going to do, let me back it up. I'm going to take these same beads, and I am going to thread it through the wire. I'm going to take 2 at one time. And let me show you how I do that. So I'm turning it around, and I'm taking this wire here, and I'm simply going to start threading, okay? And I'm going to hold that in place because I want to get enough where I can start, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and that is take the wire through the holes in the bead and begin threading, okay? I'm going to start threading again, okay? Now, this side is going to hang out for a moment. All right, so now I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to thread some more beads on, okay? And I'm going to show you that look, because we definitely can cover up that ugliness on side on this necklace. Okay. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to add one more bead to it. And I am going to go ahead and thread this right through that hole. Okay, now you see how it's starting to cover it? So I'm going to go ahead and take this side and I'm going to thread it again on the other side. Okay? Okay, so now this is going to be sitting over there waiting for me. Okay? I'm going to take this side of the wire and I'm going to thread some more of these beautiful orange beads across. And I'm going to do 4. You can do however many as you want. I always start off either with 2 or 4 because I want to make sure it's going to go the way I want it to go. Now, guys, don't worry about it if you mess up. You can always cut this wire and start again, okay? It's not a big deal. All right? Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to feed it through the hole in the button again. Okay. There we are. See how it's starting to form and it's starting to cover that ugly wire? Okay. Now, I'm going to take this side over here again. And I'm going to simply thread some more. Okay. And I'm going to thread it enough to the point where it's hiding it the way I want it to hide that ugly wire. So I'll just keep going if it's still protruding out. Okay, and so we're going to do the same thing I did before. Okay. And we're going to pull that wire through. We're going to pull it through again. Now you can always adjust this. Okay, you can adjust it. Okay. Now, I've managed to cover most of that wire. Okay. So I am pretty much done with this necklace. So what I am going to do is I'm going to simply finish this off by sewing it and making it much tighter. Okay, I'm going to go through both sides. I'm going to do it a couple of times. And that is going to actually be the end of the video because I primarily have shown you how to cover that ugly wire that was in front. And I'm showing you how to finish it off. You keep tying it and you keep going until you feel like this is secure enough for you. And after that, you wear that beautiful necklace or you sell it. Okay, so this does complete the video. I am going to go ahead and just finish tying this off. And I'm going to show you the finished product. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be doing more of these tutorials because I think these are really, really fun to do. I love doing this type of project. Okay, until the next video, I will see you soon. Oh, before I go, I want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. My desire is to constantly teach and bring new innovative ways of creating jewelry and also teaching you a little bit about entrepreneurship. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.